This video is brought to you by Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. If this guy sells enough copies and they come out with a recolor, I just might buy it. At this point, I don't care anymore. Hey, my name is Jobby, and I actually did it. Twice. Happy Halloween, everybody. Of course, I'm wearing this shirt because there's nothing scarier than women paying for the same figure 3 times. Why exactly did I make this irresponsible financial decision? Let me explain. Both the 01 Studio P01 Pumpkin and the 01 Studio 01 SL are recolors of the original 01 Studio Cell, which is one of my favorite third-party Transformers figures ever, and apparently one of your guys' favorite videos ever. Thank you so much. This will not be a good follow-up. So before we get into the figures proper, let's take a look at these boxes. Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. Tokyo Treat is a monthly Japanese subscription box full of the latest exclusive and seasonal Japanese candies and snacks. And Sakura Co. is also a monthly Japanese subscription box, but with a focus on authentic traditional Japanese snacks from Japan's local artisan snack makers. Plus one special Japanese tableware every month. Both are delivered straight from Japan to your door, and both boxes have a different theme every month. These are the November boxes. Tokyo Treat's theme is Akiba Adventure, which is filled with limited edition and exclusive pop culture snacks found in Tokyo's #1 weeb destination, Akihabara. It's got stuff like Autumn Chestnut Kit Kats, Puku Puku Lemon Tea Taiyaki, and Mystery Flavor Fanta. I'm down to solve this mystery. I still don't know what it is. And Sakura Co.'s theme for this month is Colors of Koyo. Koyo is a Japanese word that refers to the changing colors of autumn foliage. So Sakura Co. invites you to experience Japanese autumn with this box filled with momiji, or Japanese snacks shaped like maple leaves, such as momiji manju and momiji cookie, walnut mochi, that's not shaped like a maple leaf, and a lot of savory snacks like hand-grilled taco senbei, I love tacos, and spice tarare. But what caught my eye, you know I love that soy, boy. And all these snacks are gonna pair excellently with the included Autumn Genmai tea, which I'ma drink right now. And of course, I'll be pairing it with the beans. This is how my testicles look. The autumn leaves drift by my window. That's pretty good. And if you're confused as to what any of this is, there's a booklet explaining every snack included in both boxes. Also, both of them have a lot of information about Japanese culture and history. For instance, did you know that during the Edo period, Akiba was mostly home to lower-class samurai, but now is known as Tokyo's otaku paradise? Oh, the mighty fall. So check out the links in the description and use my code JOBBY to get $5 off of your first Tokyo Treat order and $5 off your first Sakura Co. order. Same code for both links. Karano. So to ring in the spooky day, we'll be taking a look at Pumpkin first. Make sure to check the description for timecode so you can watch these reviews in any order you want. Don't know why you would skip around though, because Pumpkin is the exact same figure as 01 Studio Cell. Just go watch that review. I'm just kidding. I'll say a few things about the color, but I'm not gonna go into detail about the sculpting, the details, the articulation, transformation, all of that you could take a look at in that 01 Studio Cell review. But for now, the color scheme on this guy is awesome, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted when I bought this figure. You see? I bought this figure with the expectation that it would be more accurate to the cartoon. If you remember my 01 Studio Cell review, I mentioned that pretty much everything on the figure was good except that color scheme, just too saturated and bright for my taste. I would have wanted something more muted, more grayed out, and I thought this particular recolor would be the figure for me. It looked very close to that one Digibash after all, but seeing those promo pictures come out and finally seeing the figure in person, I can safely say that no, the colors are cool and appropriately Halloweeny. I love the combination of black and orange. Well, less of a black and more of a dark gray, but you get my point. I'm assuming there'll be some daddies in the comments explaining to me how this color scheme is actually a deep-seated Transformers reference that I'm just too dumb to get. And in that case, you're completely right. Please let me know the reason for this color scheme. Whatever the reason, it looks nice, especially at the head sculpt. Who knew Orson Welles would look good with a tan? But if it's not a tan, then it's the Prime Minister of Canada. Same light-up feature, by the way, and it looks equally good. And the new color scheme, of course, extends to his accessories, which are the exact same as the original 01 Studio Cell. So I won't waste my breath covering them all all over again. And that's only because I can't breathe in this stuffy room, please help me. As for the feel of this guy, I am glad to say that it is the exact same thing as the original Cell. Posability, same exact thing. He's the same beautifully articulated behemoth you remember. As for size, well, what do you think? Darker colored plastic makes him taller? What are you, racist? It's the exact same size. Not much to say about this guy that I haven't already said. Except another third-party company, or the same third-party company, this kind of stuff isn't really clear, made a set of upgraded wings because apparently these are too small for some folks. Which I understand, but don't fully agree with, but only because the upgrade set is I have no right to judge. I bought the same figure 3 times. Let's grab these instructions and transform this guy. And if you want to see a more detailed look at the transformation, go check out that transformation sequence, one of my favorite transformations that I've done. Not to sing my own praises. The very thought of you feels like fantasy. And here we have the planet mode. I guess in this case it would be pumpkin mode. Of course, the planet mode is fantastic, just like the original Cell. Hope you weren't drinking every time I said original Cell. But it also has the same color issue. Not as cohesive as I would like it to be, but you do get alternate parts for that reason. Which wouldn't be a bad thing for this color scheme, actually. Since the Halloween theme isn't cartoon accurate in the least, why not have gray forearms and shoulders in the robot mode? Would make it look darker and spookier overall. But weirdly enough, I kinda like the patch of orange in the planet mode here. Reminds me of I don't know, pumpkin. That's just me being lazy to install them. The arm panel's just unplugged, easy enough. And once you get the alternate part attached, it looks pretty good. But to replace the shoulder parts, you have to remove a pin. Fuck that. Same size as the original, of course, nothing has changed there. And here's a direct comparison with the original, just to let you see how a color scheme can change a mold. Even if pumpkin isn't as cartoon accurate as I wanted, I still think it looks better than the original. But what looks even better than pumpkin, now this is what I was waiting for. On to the next review. The 01S01 Cell, that's the name according to the box, also known as the 01 Studio Cell anime color version, is exactly that. A recolor that's supposed to be closer to the original film, and I gotta say, I think they nailed it. Pretty much the same colors as the original toy, but just taking that saturation down a few notches. Makes him look a lot less like a baby toy, and more like the bringer of chaos that we all know and love. This particular color scheme combined with the already excellent mold makes this guy the ultimate Unicron figure. Just wish he was released sooner. You know, before I bought 3 of them. Doesn't look like that Digibash that I sucked off, but it definitely does look movie accurate. Also, you might have noticed that I didn't install any of the spikes that come with the figure, but I will, because I think this guy is gonna replace my original Cell. I won't give Pumpkin the same treatment because I'll probably sell that off. And who knows, maybe I'll be selling a lot of figures in person, Details next year, hopefully. The spikes throughout the body are not the only thing this guy is missing. As much as I love the look, it would have been enhanced if his eyes would actually light up. I would hope this isn't the case for every copy of this figure, so that just means I had bad luck. Just to prove to you that the batteries are in there, the top light works. Also, the head, which is separately packaged just like the original, had a hell of a time trying to peg in. It was way too tight for the hole. So I actually had to sand down the peg to get it to fit in there, but I don't think it's coming off anytime soon. Not movie accurate. So really the only problems I have with this figure aren't even on every copy of the figure. Hopefully, I'll have to get in touch with the Shozy store. Links in the description. Size comparison's a bit pointless by now, same exact figure. So here's all the cells lined up. Let's just get this guy into planet mode real quick. That took 2 hours off camera. And after transforming it, I noticed that not only was the head peg really tight, everything on this particular figure was tighter than the original. The joints, the connections, it's a good thing, really. Makes the planet mode feel amazing, but also look amazing. I love the color scheme for this thing. The new color scheme does wonders for this mode, as if it couldn't get any better. But once again, the colors aren't as cohesive as I would like. And unlike Pumpkin, where I don't mind changing out the parts to make the colors more cohesive, because this thing is far from cartoon accurate anyway, these colors are a bit of a shame. Close to perfect, but not quite. And I'm not gonna change them out here because that would mean the robot mode would have dark arms and shoulders. However, if I don't plan to sell my original Cell, I could always have one displayed in robot mode and one in planet mode, with the optional color parts. That might not be a bad idea. I mean, I've already paid this much. So there you go, a legitimate reason why you would want 2 copies of the same Transformer figure. So planet mode, pretty much perfect except for that orange patch, the lack of spikes, which I'll add later, of course. And also, I now feel the need for a ring upgrade. Whatever company made the large pumpkin wings should really get to making a pair for this guy. And here's all of the cells together once again. All of these color schemes have their pros and cons, and I'm curious to know which one you guys prefer. Totally not engagement bait, I do read my comments. But for now, to be quite honest, I'm all sold out. I'd recommend all of these figures if you're also stupid with money, but you really only need one. So whichever one tickles your fancy, or is in stock, get that one and you should be happy regardless.
Exploding milk porn.
Hope you guys have a safe Halloween, and I'll see you next week for the fail box. Use my hashtag for a chance to get featured.